you, dear masters and friends. A happy morning, a happy full moon. What better place to be? So let's continue our journey from learning to doing to being and begin this next class today. Thank you.
We are here for experiences. Meditation gives you that experience which you want very badly, which is necessary at that time. Whatever is necessary at that time, at the given time, will be given. We have to absorb the experiences, any kind of experience. Supposing if you don't get any experience, you have to absorb that. You have to learn patience when you don't have experience. When you have some experience, you have to experience it. Experimentation, experiencing, then expressing is the way. Experiment is doing meditation. Experience is having an experience. Then you must be able to express that. That will complete the process. So, everybody should experiment with meditation. Everybody should experience in meditation. Everybody should express whatever they have got. That is, they have to share with others. Only when you share will that experience will be complete. When you experiment, when you experience, when you express, you will get enlightenment. You have to understand your experiences. When you give a vocal shape, you will understand your experiences. So, experimentation, experiencing, expressing will lead you to corresponding enjoyment and enlightenment. That is the whole process. Keep on doing experimentation. When you are not doing meditation, you are not experimenting with meditation. Whenever you are sitting in meditation, you are starting an experiment. Start an experiment. You don't know where it is going. What results will be there? There you stay, in that unknowing. Then you will have an experience. Supposing you don't have any experience, you have an experience of patience, perseverance. So you have to experience patience and perseverance. They are very important. Expressing will give you enlightenment. We all want to be enlightened, isn't it? Then the way is to express our experiences. You should not express your thoughts. You should express your experiences. Thoughts are not to be shared. Experiences are to be shared. Thoughts are of the mind. Experiences are of the existence. Your existence is very important. Your existential realities are very important for us. Your existential realities are absolutely relevant to us, which will add to our experience of life. Not your thoughts. We don't care for your thoughts. We care for your experiences. Experiences will come only through experimentation. Experimentation means closing the eyes and observing the breathing. Deeply observing the breathing. You are happy with yourself. You are not unhappy with yourself. In that happy state of mind, experience will happen to anybody. We look forward to that experiences. We share that experiences. That's why we listen to others. Listening is a deep healing process. Others' experiences are very, very important for us.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters.
Happy morning, sir.
Good afternoon, wonderful evening. Hope you all, I know many have participated in the full moon night meditation yesterday. It would be good to hear from you today after meditation, if some of you had. I would like to share. When we do a 3-hour meditation, most certainly it's helping us to do shorter meditations easily. If not anything, I found this a great benefit. Once we have to go to the long meditation, then come back. Short meditations are easy. 40 meditations become very easy. Of course, many other things that would happen when you are sitting there long enough with a stronger intent. By now, if you understood the signs of this whole why we are doing meditation, there's no limit to how long you can be in meditative states. Vakshetra, power of our words. The field of words, Vakshetra, the field of words. Is a very important field that needs to be handled very, very mindfully. We are field of thought, we are field of words, and field of action, deeds. 3. A field of thought. You are completely independent, where you can transcend an experience completely there. Think of, you'd like to experience going to Disneyland. You can, well, in any case, always knowledge is recursive experience. So you gain enough understanding of Disneyland. And so then you can, in your imaginary world, thought world, you can transcend that experience by visualizing to be there, to be doing that ride, this ride, feeling, and a lot of things that can be done because human mind is quite capable of visualizing, dreaming, and then experiencing something. So by doing so enough times, you may not even have the interest to actually do it physically anymore because you finished it right there. It is so powerful, it is much more powerful than physical experience that it can transcend the limitations. So you can actually finish that experience right there. In a field of thought, you create and you execute, you finish, and then let it go. It's all over. You're done. In the field of deeds, they're always following what you spoke or what you thought. And so you cannot stop it. The material aspect, deed is actually something that is doing, material aspect of it cannot be stopped. It's going to happen. If you want to fix the deed, if you want to fix your anger, if you want to fix something that is the way you behave, you got to go back and fix that understanding somewhere. And so then this gets fixed. Otherwise, you'll always chasing the wrong thing. I told you so many times to concentrate. Why don't you concentrate? Where is it coming from? It doesn't come from by saying, why don't you concentrate? It doesn't come from here. Somebody has to go and fix in that insistent thought in the mind, that distraction that we got habituated to use to. We got to fix them. Maybe it's some meditation, maybe it's some technique of the mind development. If we don't fix that, this is not going to happen. You can tell 1,000 times your child, poor child cannot do anything about it. We try to correct the deeds. If the character changes, our understanding changes, the deeds will change. Field of thought, we are independent, we can go ahead and complete an experience. Field of deeds, we are dependent, it is completely coming from our character. So we have to fix the character to change the way we behave, to change the way we lead life. But words, and Patriji emphasized so much, the words are bullets. Because the word is where we are interacting with everybody directly. And so their words are powerful. And then once you give a word, once a word comes out, it is influencing, it's impacting, it's like a mantra unto people. Words are very, very, the talk that we do, our words, the field of words are impacting us, our body, impacting our future action because we talk about it with people, and then words are also impacting others because if they have respect, and if they see you as authority, then the words have significant impact on others. Don McGuire Jr. calls it casting spell. We cast spells on people. When you use the word casting spell, in English it's used when you do black magic, voodooism. Chetabadi, Telugu. I don't know what's in Tamil and other languages, Hindi. Casting spell on somebody so that they are under its vasikarna, and then they'll come under you. Black magic. Our words are also casting spell on somebody. Our juniors, our colleagues, our children, and then your entire village potentially, if you are seen as a very successful person in the community, what you say is what is absorbed. If you are in that position, and then if you say it's a very tough market, and we got to be careful. The job market is so difficult, and so if you lose a job, it's going to be really difficult. Be careful. If this is a word used, it's a difficult job market. You'll have challenges if you are not careful. You already cast a spell on the other person. Oh, number one, it is a difficult job market. Number two, if you lose a job, it's going to be worse. Now, what happens to this mind here? The one that absorbed it. They go on thinking, projecting all kinds of scenarios in the mind. We don't even realize what we say, how it's impacting. And we know it, that these are all the beliefs that we are casting onto others. We know it, how young children are absorbing from what teachers say, what parents say, what friends say, everything is happening. And so we know how we are absorbing things from the media, and people come on these big TVs. Our words, the way we say it, we are communicating with the body all the time. I said this. If you are in a group and then you are talking about it, you are committing to what you say. You know that. When you in a group, you are giving something and saying something, you're committing to what you say. Our human nature is that whatever word we give, we always strive to meet it. That's the nature of the human. Fundamental nature is that we like to meet the words that we give. That's our internal nature. And so what we say, when we cannot follow through, We keep going into this guilt trip inside. That's another problem. In order to gain sympathy, we're talking to people a lot of times. I just, my body is just not recollecting. People come to visit you because you are ill. Then, of course, you have to extend the conversation on the topic, very topic. Yeah, it came last evening, and then we go and rehearse the whole story of exactly how everything happened. Unnecessary? Is it necessary to repeat the rehearsal and the rehearsal time? We are exaggerating a lot of times the pain we had, that the way the event happened, because that's the also research. We relive the event 50% more, adding more dialogues, adding more things that are not there. And so then we are rehearsing more, and then we are bringing it up, and then we're wishing for creating up more of that for the future. We're ready to have another such illness or another such challenge to occur again for us. Because we're talking about threadbare, where every point, how that loss happened, how the business loss happened, or how the person loss happened. Because they came for that purpose, right? We have to talk about it. Is it necessary? We feel, oh, it is discourteous to not talk. Not necessary. We gain enough strength now, dear friends. We become very mindful in the way we speak. The Vakshetra, Patriji, the only training that he gave and he gave and he gave, he said, become imperfect. Become perfect with your field of words, your words, the way you speak, impeccable speech. And then here, no judgments. Here, no judgments, here, no complaints. Always, the words that we speak must lift people up, must inspire people. Otherwise, it's not worthy of speaking. There may be rare situations we have to carry some negative news to somebody because it still adds value to them. There will be some situations, but a few. You're driving and you see somebody whom you know very closely and they're being a little bit challenged. When you call them, not you call everybody else. You call them, their parents or their relatives, and say, there seems to be your person, so there's some challenge, please go and take care if you can't help them. But otherwise, many negative situations does not require, and then they don't even fall into the aspect of speaking. We don't bring them up. We don't bring up all these headlines that are talking about all the negativity. What's the point? We don't bring up our negative aspects from our life, from somewhere we went. We talk about, let's do the classic case, trips. People are planning for trips. We want to go and then do vacation. This is a great thing. And if I'm planning a vacation, let's say 6-day vacation to some place, and then you share with your friend, now this person might have a lot of challenges. Oh yeah, that place, we had such a challenging time, 6 months ago when we went there, the rickshaw guys were just always arguing, and then somehow we managed it. We went there. They talk about positive, but a lot of negative also brings up because that's what we remember. Oh, that accommodation, those guys, it's difficult. They rip you off. They didn't give this thing, that thing. They all talked about unnecessarily. Because you deeply remember you had gone through emotional drama that time. And then so that emotion, anything that is experienced highly with emotion, recorded briefly. And so bring it up just like that. Not even aware what we're speaking. So it's waste of their time, our time. You're also casting spells. Okay, so people are not that great there. I need to be a lot more careful. That was long ago. Is it possible it still be like that now? Anything's changed, many things change. In fact, things show up based on how we think. If we go in, oh, Chennai, auto wallahs is so difficult. They don't speak any language other than Tamil, so they're going to just have a great bargain with us. Oh my God, it's difficult. If this is how you go, you're going to attract that person that way. You know this. Now we know it. So dear friends, the words have to be impeccable. When we're talking in the context of business, we don't need to go on trying to prove our points in meetings. It's not necessary. Think about it. If you're trying to prove a point, you're trying to get yourself validated with somebody, not necessary. When you're trying to prove points, then there is just energy is scuttled. One is trying to win over the other. You know, in this book, James Redfield talks about in the Celeste and Prophecy, James Redfield. When two people argue, you know what they're doing? They're sucking the energy from one to the other. What happens? I make a point. When I make a point, suddenly I feel elated. Other person feels low in an argument. Right? We make a point, we're trying to see how to put that person off. You make a point. That person is drained of energy, you gain energy. From where? You suck the energy from the other person. That energy feels changed. They're low and then you're high. The abundance of energy in the quantum field we take from there, but we're taking from the people around us because I want to dominate and win that person over. Now that person, again, somehow groups and then they make another point. They're drawing energy from you now. It's necessary to suck energy. The word is sucking because it's not intentionally given. Is it necessary? That's a great book to read. James Redfield, Celeste and Prophecy, the 9 Insights. Spiritual fiction. Amazing. It's a great book. It's got a lot of insight. That is the channeled information, but he wrote it with a story. So we are exchanging and then drawing energy from each other in arguments. So finally, when some person wins, that means the other person's energy field has been completely put off. Not necessary to prove points, because if our intention is to genuinely care, genuinely enhance the experience for everybody, we join a company for what? We have a reason for either I'm there for earning money, either I'm there to give my talent so that we create something new, I experience it. I'm genuinely care for solving people's problems, and so that I would like to join and then solve a problem. It's more customer-centric. It can be anything. If this job supports me, I want money, fine, whereas my interests are somewhere, great. I have interest to create things. It doesn't matter whether people use it or not, but the company is offering. In return, I'll do it. I have the interest to help many people thrive because I have a lot of expertise to train and then mold and then guide them, mentor them. There are various reasons of why we go into a company. And then what do? We forget about everything and we start playing politics. We forget the whole purpose of why we've gone there. And we play politics, we are this way, that way, passing comments. It is just wasting our time. Now we are fueling everything through our discussions around our words. They're not adding value. They're wasting everybody's time and effort in that company for years. When we become mindful, dear friends, our speech becomes impeccable. If it's not positive, it is not truthful, if it's not useful. 3 things: positive, useful, truthful. If it's not one of those 2, then we're not speaking. Let's practice this. If it's not one of those 3, we don't speak. If it passes all 3, you are always elevating people. You figure out a way to not speak about negativity, not speak about things that are unwanted, useless to everybody. Something happened in my life long ago. What's of use to you? Why should I talk about it? In a meeting, just going on repeating whatever others have said, it's a useless thing. It's already been said. Two people have already said that how to do that thing or what they heard elsewhere. Then why should you also say, oh yeah, I don't know. You go late to a meeting. Is it necessary? Go on telling why the reason is that you came late to the meeting. Is it not wasting everybody's time there? Is it necessary? If there is a negative situation, put it into their minds about it. Because you had a challenge, then you want everybody to know the challenge. Is it necessary? Because you're trying to prove a point. Trying to justify. Justifications, no justification necessary. Explanations never necessary. I was fascinated when in one of the initial days I was talking to Patriji and then trying to tell him something with a justification, explanation. He said, stop. Why do I need your explanation? I trust you the way you are. You showed up late to the meeting. It's okay. There must be a good reason for you. Otherwise, I trust you. Why you come? Explanation wastes time and energy of everybody. They don't need to know. Maybe if a manager asks you a question later, tell that person then. Don't have to go involuntarily and explain. If they're expecting, that's a problem. Expectation is a limiting belief. It's their problem, not our problem. Let's go into our meditation, dear friends. The triple filter in what we deliver must pass. Is it useful? Is it truthful? And is it positive? One of them at least. Otherwise, not worthy of speaking. Second, how do you deliver in the context of emotional intelligence too? What's your tone? Does it require that aggressive, that fast, all that tone? Does it require that? If you're mindful, then you alter your tone. No, I understand. No, I can't, you can't do it. I recognize that you want to go, but can you do it some other time? Your tone changes, your words change. Tone, timing. Is it now or is it later? Yes, I want to say no. But is it now or can I wait for half an hour and then do a little later when things cool down? An intention. What's your intention in saying something? Your real intention. Is genuinely caring for the interest of a person? Or are you just trying to gain one man up? You're trying to put them down, expose them. What's your intention? When you do these three, dear friends, the way we deliver, and then the three, that is what is worthy of delivery, and you take care of these percepts, dear friend, then we've got great speech going, impeccable speech, and then we are conserving significant energy. Go back and tie to the energy concept. We generate a lot of energy internally. That is a bigger ring, the middle ring, in the three rings of energy. And so words is where we lose a lot of energy, it drain ourselves. You use beautiful words, then our energy is enhancing constantly because we're lifting spirits of everybody around, inspiring. So let's go into the meditation, dear friends, of practicing breath mindfulness meditation. In any spiritual practice, I want to say that words are index of the mind. When we speak, we assess. You will know what is the state of the person. When they speak, what comes out of the mouth, we can immediately assess. What goes into the mouth does not define the person, but what comes out of the mouth defines the person, Jesus Christ. In the context, what comes out of the mouth defines the person. So let's go into the meditation. Friends, relax yourself, sit comfortably. Relax your body. practicing Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, a breath mindfulness meditation. The goal is to empty the mind. We do this by observing our natural breath. As you see in the picture, sit down comfortably. Relax your body, eyes closed. If you're wearing spectacles, remove them and observe your natural breath anywhere on the nose as a reference point. And slowly mind becomes empty. And then be in that state of emptiness. In case something happens to you as a body movement, energy, feeling of any kind during that state, observe them. If you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath and again continue to observe. Back to the breath, observe the breath and slowly go into the empty states again. So we are today, heart elevation process. We'll skip heart elevation process. We're going to breath mindfulness meditation directly, dear friends. Relax yourself with your eyes closed. Relax your body. Dear friends, with your specs removed, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Become aware of the emptiness of the blackness. Allow yourself to experience that endless, vast depth of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. That is energy. This is the field of infinite possibilities and opportunities. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that blackness, that energy, the more possibilities you draw into your life. The more you tune in to those energies of love, compassion, empowerment, of mystic, we are less matter, more emptiness and energy. If you find distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to slowly find that emptiness. The longer you stay aware of this field of unlimited, the field of unpredictable, the more miraculous you become. The more you experience that uncommon, merge into that emptiness, that void. into the emptiness of yourself. This is your greater mind. Everybody and everything are connected in this field. The more you are with this field, the more you become awareness, the more you experience your non-dual self. The more connected you become. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. back-to-back meditations from full moon night meditation to now. Hope you enjoyed the session. Sonal, ma'am, do you have any announcements? Muted. Or maybe not.
No. Good. Thank you for a wonderful meditation session. It's full moon for us now, so it's wonderful to connect with so many of us together. The announcement is only for batch 1. The practitioner 3 quiz has been sent. So just when they get a chance to complete that, no other announcements. Thank you.
That's right. Your full moon is just beginning. Full moon night. Okay. What are your 9 p.m. here, 7:30, just starting.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll plan a session for your time zone too.
Oh, thank you. That would be great.
So friends, let's, building upon from where we were yesterday on this concept of emotional intelligence, let me just quickly recap for you and then understand the remaining elements of it. So awareness is the basis to build a great relationship. Awareness is the basis to even change the way we are to connect to our true feeling. When you're aware, means that you're already paying attention to your feeling. If you're not aware, you are simply responding. I mean, you're simply reacting based on that fear, the limitation that we carry with ourselves. Meditation builds awareness, so we start becoming more tuned into a real emotional feeling. So that strength is there, courage is there, and so then we start expressing beautifully, positively. We don't get rejected, or we don't get dejected. Instead, we constantly are pursuing, knowing that knowing that the other person may not be there with the energies, and so we are, however, very persuasive, positively. Mahatma Gandhi's this whole model pursue with non-violence. Ahimsa in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, when ahimsa is talked about it, ahimsa is not just only actual violence, non-violence and the non-killing. It's also the choice of words that we use and how we pursue. With ahimsa means we are determined, we are putting constant pressure with our, we call it positive pressure. We don't destroy things. We're not causing harm to anybody. We're not making people, we're not calling them words, we're not swearing on them. But then we are putting positive pressure about what matters for us. It's okay, somebody is experiencing, enjoying something, but we bring up what matters to us. Positively, we talk about it, we express it. Let's go and look into inspiration, empathy, and engagement. So inspiration is, so step back. We said when you are expressing beautifully, as you gain courage to express it, so you start gaining what you really like. You start having those experiences in your life. You say, however busy you are, however, how many chores you have at home in your weekend, you always are interested to go and then do some help to that organization. Due to various things, the family pressure, you're not being able to take the time, but now you're saying, business pressure, now you're saying, tell you what, my weekend, this time is for me. I need to go and then give that time for this organization out there. That's your interest. So when you do that, when you claim it by talking about it to your family or to your business, to your bosses, every day evening, 6 to 7 is my time. They expect and say, how can you go? 6 o'clock reviews are there. And when you gain the strength, dear friends, when you express it with self-expression, you start receiving what you're looking for. And when you start receiving what you're looking for, you start becoming very happy. That's the beginning. You start becoming joyful. It doesn't matter, even if you do 30 minutes of time towards our passion, towards our deep interest in a given day, then we feel so much energetic. And then we start carrying our work, everything else easily. Everything else easily. We apply this concept all the time. Give what they need so that you get what you want. I guess this is how the world has been. So if somebody is happy doing what they really care about, and so they gain so much energy that they are ready to do anything else from that point. Because they're already inspired. When you're experiencing what is important for you, your music, your service, your photography, your, that coding work, or whatever that is, that your creative work. You are a person who is sitting for some reason in the job responsibility, you are sitting in the back office. But then you are deep inside, you always wanted to go and call on people. You travel and then meet clients. Whereas you are, for whatever reason, maybe there is a pressure, hey, don't take travel job. You got to take care of the children growing up. Then it's pressure from different people, or some elderly parents to take care. And so then you had to compromise to come in and do this. You didn't have the way to change. You didn't know that. But then, so you're not doing, but deep inside, you want to go and then travel. Now you develop the courage to speak to whoever that is. If it's your company, your management, you're going to tell them, I know I'm an engineer, but I would like to go and then call in the client. That's my interest. I want to be in the customer-facing role. I need to be there. Unless you express it, it's not coming. So you express it, so you receive is what is important. So even if you go for one meeting in a week, now not like a salesperson who is doing all the time, but do one meeting in a week, you're full. You feel so fulfilled because you went there, you spoke, you expressed, you interacted. That's what you're really desiring. You understood the first time the problems what the client is facing and what the requirements are. You always felt a gap. You got that. You feel good. When you experience what is important, dear friend, then you are inspired by default. You're very happy, isn't it? When you change your profile of work, which you always did, and then it comes to us, we always desired, it comes to us, we're happy. You're inspired. When you're inspired, you're automatically going, you lose time and space, you're automatically going into that flow. You forget yourself. It's also called going into the detail. You are impeccable with the details, so because you enjoy what you're doing, so of course you're going to the detail of it. You are doing it, you are leading. At that point, when you go into the detail, means you are doing, you're not just delegating because you don't like it all the time. You're not superficially doing copy-paste. You'd stop doing copy-paste, by the way. When you're really liking something, if you're really love documenting, writing, you'll take what is there before and then you always enhance. The way of a master is always to look to beautify what is there, because your understanding changes from 6 months to now. You wrote something 6 months ago, but now it's different words, different expression, different knowledge. So you must go back and look at what's different, change. And that's how you become more inspired, because you're doing something new. It's not boring anymore. When you are inspired into it, then you do creatively, newly. And so that brings more inspiration. So you go into the flow, into the detail. No one needs to tell you when you're doing what you like. No one needs to tell you. You have to take ownership. You are doing it by default. You're more self-accountable. You're a manager's delight, because nobody needs to chase you, follow you. A task is given, a work is given, you take up a project, you're inspired from inside, so you do it. You're not doing for managing somebody, pleasing people. If you can find a child's interest and then they align to it, you know it. You don't have to pursue them at all. Nobody likes to be chased from behind. Nobody likes. But there's a gap. You got to help them to bridge the gap, bring them to meditation. It's going to help them to sort of become courageous to express and speak. We do meditation. We understand what is the core unique skill and the talent that individual has. That's the power of a meditative leader, is always assessing what is the core talent that person has, your team members have. And so you align them to that work. Somebody can create, somebody can express, somebody can use it, somebody can guide, somebody can write. We all have our talents. Those who are in expression goes into sales roles. Those who are writing goes into the documentation roles. Those who are into this planning roles. Those who want to create go into the maker roles. Those are actually there sitting and then doing things. They don't mind sitting in front of something for 10 hours. And so you identify, you naturally build the ability to identify the unique talents every individual has as a meditative leader. So a meditative person is staying inspired because they are experiencing what they like. And so tell you what difference. When you experience even for small quantities of what we like, then everything else that's coming our way is not a problem anymore. When you're happy, it's not a problem to do other things. Your household stuff doesn't become chores anymore. The reports you have to do, the timesheets, oh gosh, people want to know what I'm doing or not I'm doing. It doesn't become another heavy task or painful task anymore. You do it. The status reports, you do it. You're happy to go and present. The other things that you have to do, because you're drinking that Kool-Aid, let's use that word, right? You're drinking based with your music practice and with you're running every day, you claim that 1 hour or 2 hours back, you're doing it. And so then you're happy to do anything else. So slowly, we move from doing what you love to we start developing interest towards everything we do, because it's all mixed, it's all part of it. We can't separate and say, this is not mine, that's not mine. It's more holistic. Life is more holistic. You initially look for what is of my interest. Slowly, you start recognizing, I create everything. My thoughts create reality. You develop that understanding. In that happy moment, you are contemplating, you're happy. So you develop that understanding. Yes, I'm happy for the company to do what they're asking me to do, because you're in turn happy as they're giving you what you wanted to do. It's mutual. It's mutual. So slowly we're moving to this understanding that life is there, things are coming at us because it's somewhere, sometime we wished for it. Our thoughts and feelings are always our vibration attracted. So as you dawn on that understanding, Then everything coming in your way, you take it and say, what is there in it for me? You start looking from that perspective. Oh gosh, I have to do it today. To maybe there's something I've got to learn here because it comes to me. We move into this model of what you do. Steve Jobs said it, the only way to do great work is always to love what you do. If you do that, then you're going into the detail. If you love it, then you go into the detail. So great thing gets produced. You are flowing means consciousness is flowing through you at that point. Our infinite intelligence is flowing through you. That's what flow means. Develop the liking towards what you do means you constantly look for what is interesting to you. Both are there. Initially, you start looking for what is interesting to you, but as you go about, you come to the understanding that what is interesting to you is always coming when you are mindfully present, when your vibration change, what is interesting to you is coming to you. Otherwise, not possible. So somebody who does not like the job nature, when they become meditative, will not be able to stay in that old job if they don't like it at all for too long a time. They've got to make a switch. They will make a switch. If you always want to do business and you just could not take that courage to jump in to do that startup or non-profit, you will do it now. It's important to gain the fundamental energy and happiness inside. So a meditative person slowly is becoming more inspiration. See, when you are, friends, when you're joyful and happy, you're doing your work without cribbing, compliance. You're not agitated when somebody makes points, meetings go on, but then you are quietly going on and doing your work. Naturally, you are being noted. People are coming to you. Hey, tell me what is the secret, Ram? That you always, no matter what happens, we heard this big news today that company is not doing well in the quarter, there is potentially something going to happen. But you are still okay and you're going about your work. You're more in the present moment. The meditative leaders are inspired for many reasons. They're inspiring others, dear friends. We become inspiration. When you are inspiration to others, then naturally they are there. They want to do friendship with you. They want to spend time with you because you're inspiring them. A meditative leader, a meditative person who is always develops empathy. When you drop the difference in every meditation, every day in a meditation, we connect. As we forget our past differences, we disconnect from the past memories of how bosses are tough, how companies are always looking for themselves, is how you had your judgments and then all of them keep dropping. When they're not there, you're a clean slate, you're becoming zero and zero and zero. This whole practice of meditation difference makes us to be zero in every situation. Okay, I recognize 6 months ago, company had a challenge and so they did something, they did the layoffs or whatever, they've done something, they cut the force. But then you don't have to carry that because who knows now the DNA is different now. Maybe the people have changed. Maybe the new people might have come or the same people might have changed. We think that way because what we think is what we create difference, which is true also. Many times things can change. So even though the situation may be the same, but we're not bothered. We're not worried from that perspective. Instead, we stay positive. We also are empathetic. Earlier, we were only worried about ourselves, but now, because everything is connected world, you're no longer worried about yourself. Okay, 2 people go, okay, at least 5 could keep. You look for the positive side. Okay, 5 could stay if 2 had to go. I'm happy about it. Because a connected world, it's imagine a situation where you and your sister are working in the same company. And then if you lose your job, then you will say, oh, thank God, my sister is there at least. We say it very naturally. Can we not extend that to everybody else? It happens, dear friends. We become more empathetic. Where that strength and courage comes from? Because we are no longer worried that I'm not taken care. When you are empowered from inside, my thoughts create reality, so I'm going to create a job somewhere else. This whole concept and all the time manifestation is directly linked. People come and say, the market is tough. The job market is really, really draining. Think about it. There are still millions of jobs being hired. You need one job, and you're worried about all those. Out of the 10 million, 2 million jobs have been removed. You're worried about those jobs that are being removed, not bothered about that 8 million jobs are still being hired. And so you need one. So why bother about what the market is? Why not you just focus on what you want? So you're empowered from inside, dear friends. So then you are naturally extending your empathy for people around you. A meditative leader being in the present moment, when somebody, let's say, comes too late to the meeting, they're not just bouncing on them. They are looking at it and saying, I know, I've been there many times like that. Stuff happens, right? You're potentially late to the meeting. Sometimes people are delivering late consistently. So then somebody who is over self-centered is just saying, you know what, I've got to put you on a review because it's just not working out. Every time you're delivering, delay delivery. Somebody who's got empathetic is connecting back to their events of past where there may be a challenge that you could not do it because let's say you're going through a big physical illness and challenge you're not able to do. And so then there may be something behind. Maybe there is some stuff going on at home, a ill parent or a child who is not really unable to take things in school. So the parents are working with the child, so they're not in place. So your empathetic person will look for that understanding and then sit down and then talk. Let's talk about it. How can I help you? Your empathy is thinking from others' point of view. Do unto others what you do unto yourself. Do not do unto others what you don't want to do, what you don't do unto yourself. Do not do unto others what you don't do unto yourself. If you don't like to be questioned at the drop of a hat for simple things, then don't do that to others. It doesn't matter what situation it is, dear friends. An empathetic person who is always understanding from others' point of view too, because he truly recognizes that you are and they are same, and then what you're going through, they go through. And whether you went through or not, but everybody has challenges, you recognize it. And so then you stop judging, you stop complaining about things not working. So important for managers, people who lead. You can take firm action. You can bring them together. You talk about things, you explain to them, express to them, and then you come to a temporary conclusion. If somebody is not intention, you always measure the intention of the individual, sincerity of the individual. You measure the sincerity and then give the rope to the extent possible. If they're sincere, honest in their making that attempt to learn or do work, but then still they're not able to deliver, or they have a situation going at home or somewhere, then you try to give the rope to the best possible. And beyond a point, of course, you're looking from the company perspective, explain to them. Anytime you're empathetic to somebody and then you sit down and explain, they will take it. The problem is you don't sit down and explain. You want to take action straight out of fear, out of survival. That's when the conflicts come. So an empathetic person is handling the team members very well. So you consider it. You had a lot of failures in the past, so you allow others to also have the failures. We go through the failures to grow. So if somebody could not deliver, if somebody made a buggy stuff, but you allow the failures to happen. You encourage them. That's when you encourage innovation, dear friends. A person, a manager who allows failures is encouraging innovation, because you allow people to be freely experiment, try new things, knowing that it may not work, knowing that it may come later than what you expect. You encourage innovation. Innovation makes people happy, creative. When you are experiencing something new at a workplace, they're fundamentally happy. And of course, the company is growing. So an empathetic person is non-judgmental, is allowing for innovation to thrive, people to thrive. And so naturally, you are gaining a lot of trust and confidence of the colleagues. They come to you. This is a state where you're moving in from always what is in it for me, a self-centered, to what is in it for others. Every meditator at some point is going to become this. They're going to make the switch. What is in it for? How can I enable somebody? You have a deadline, somebody has a deadline. Someone comes to your help. Before this, no, hey guy, don't disturb me. If I can get time, I'll tell you. But now you take that extra mile. Exactly what you do to your child. You're busy, but your child comes and says, Papa, I need help. You're going to sit down and then do that, right? You do it. And so the same thing you are doing when a colleague comes, you put your thing aside, you try to help them, whatever that is, empower them. You knowing that if you have to go back and stretch, you will do it. It becomes more natural, dear friends. Because all successful people, by the way, recognize the success of others is your success. Success of others is your success. When you help others, automatically you are becoming successful. That is one of the beliefs that successful people carried, and they work that way, if you want from that perspective. So then, dear friends, the last thing, the fifth one is, so you are, with meditation, you are becoming greatly self-expressive. Then you are inspiring people with your action, because you're going to the flow, you're loving what you do. And so you naturally are enjoying work. You're looking forward to going to the work every day. You're no longer dragging yourself and saying, oh gosh, I come in. And you go in, you are discussing things with your colleagues there every day. When I went into IBM, I was running my company for 14 years. And so I was a CTO for a long time and CEO for a long time in the company. And so pretty much you had your freedom to do things. I thought when IBM was acquiring us, that I thought, what is it going to be like, to work for somebody and a big company and all the things you hear, this happens, that happens, and politics are played. But when I went in, I had very, very clear objectives. And then I had negotiated during the thing that, hey, you know what, if for me to stay for a longer term, you have to allow me to do this meditation work. It's a great skill. And then common sense prevailed. So I was allowed to do it. And then the second most important thing I had was that I always dreamed of our company or the product being utilized worldwide by many, many clients. That is a dream I had, that you build something and then have it used, solve the biggest problems for the largest clients and the corporations in the world. We're doing this software that helps the systems recover in case of problems. The primary center goes down, all the computer systems, we bring it up on the alternate site. And so in a crisis, it works great. Meditation is working great under crisis. So we're doing that software. And so it is required by every large enterprise. And so my interest, and always dreamt of wanting to get that done through worldwide. So it is a great opportunity. When IBM acquires us, the same software gets automatically readily deployed in worldwide to all their clients, because they have thousands of them. So I genuinely care to want to see that this succeeds and then goes into the field, gets integrated with the client. So I had this active interest. So you go in. It did not matter. It did not matter what is the environment like. It does not matter if there are politics. It does not matter people want to save their backs. They're trying to protect, save. Many things are there in the meetings. You can see the language. But it doesn't deter you. When you have this meditative understanding, when you are clear about why you are there, and you're focused towards it. And I have to tell you, it's so successful. One of the very successful acquisitions for IBM for the years that it worked and used the technology. And over a period of time, things change. It's a different thing. Business dynamics change. And we were successful. Personally, I was deeply satisfied, successful with the business integration, was most importantly successful when spreading the meditation, because that is the deep interest I had. I asked for it. Expression, I asked for it. I didn't mince words while during the negotiation. Or if I talk about meditation, then they're potentially going to have an impact on the deal, this and that. Didn't. Everything came together. We expressed it. And so then we're able to say yes to things. Business asked us, can you take $1 billion target for a specific area, because they're looking for this $1 billion ventures inside to grow the business. Me and then my manager, Lawrence, who is a co-founder, we readily agreed. We know there's a top hill task. We said, yes, we can do it. We become an S person because you're confident from inside. Now, there's a possibility you may not reach the target. Now, before meditation, we think, no, we're going to look very bad. Our image gets spoiled, and then our bonuses get impacted. Don't do it. But now, we're least of the concern about bonus and then image. We go in with the positivity, and we rally team around to go towards it. If not $1 billion, you got to at least 500 million, much greater than what you're aiming. That's all it is. To add value is how you think, not about how to protect yourself. And so then we went in. We were in less than 3 years. We were there 90. Before I left the organization, we were almost there. More than 90% was there. It happens. So a meditative leader is inspiring. You inspire teams. That was example was there. So many people, many things could start. When you showed something, demonstrate, automatically people also change the beliefs. It happens. A group belief, it gets changed. That it's possible to aim for higher. Sensitive friends, the last thing we're doing is, as you are meditating, you become a leader. And you are taking initiative. You're not waiting for somebody to come and then take up. Our earlier thing is that, okay, it's not me, I'm good enough with doing my own little thing, let somebody else. You take initiative. If people are sweeping things under the carpet, and if it's going to impact you, you stand up. Because you are there in an organization for the purpose. And you know if it's going to impact the organization, and you're going to stand up positively. You're going to bring up the truth to the right team members in the right way. First to the team member. And then you have the courage. So you take initiative of all kinds. If certain things are not getting done, and you feel it's important, you are the one who's doing it. You don't wait for somebody to come and do it. This meditation, dear friends, we like it. If you like and say that's empowering you, you're not waiting for someone to say, oh, it's not my responsibility, it's Buddha Siva's responsibility. It is Patri's responsibility. We take it on ourselves. We start talking about it. A true meditative person becomes a leader. Leadership in whatever they're experiencing best want to show. Whatever is not in line with the experience of consciousness, they want to point that, and they want to remove it in the vicinity, in the environment. So people are talking negative, they're going to bring it up, they're going to talk to them. They look to change the environment, they're going to talk to them. One of the two you're going to do, take initiative, rather than keeping quiet and say, letting it happen. We become expressive positively. So a meditative leader is got great listening skills. So then naturally, when you listen, so dear friends, then when you listen, half battle won. Then rallying a team of people. A lot of times we just want to put out what we know and then what we want. It's all one-sided, It has to change. If you are a senior leader in any company, you must sit down with the team members, give them that time, lend your ear. Not just because some management told you, hey, we got to do this in this quarter, so just do it. I'm telling you what to do it. Instead, listen it out. And then when you listen it out, you know what? Half the time the problem is disappeared. People are waiting to express. That's all it is. You simply, and always do one-on-ones. I mean, always encourage people to do one-on-ones, formally put it in your calendar. That shows that you care for the person. You say, every day I have a stand-up meeting, so I don't need a one-on-one. No, that's just being very tactical. You put a one-on-one in your calendar once a week, once in 2 weeks. And then that means you're demonstrating you care for the person. So that itself is sufficient. You're ready to listen. And then have that one-on-one. Don't talk about goals and targets again, deliveries. Instead, just talk about life. You do that, your care genuinely, make that very genuine, know each other. Every person has something to learn. And so we genuinely know each other, genuinely get to know. That is sufficient, friends. Then you're listening. And whatever challenges somebody has, they drop them. They drop them instantly. Most of the time, the challenges go. So, dear friends, summing it. We move from reaction to response with meditation. We stop managing people instead of being more integral. That means we stand for the truth. The truth as revealed by your inner, your feeling is going to tell you and support you. Your intuitive ability and your feeling to tolerate things that are not right are growing in strength that you're able to express it. You are inspired because you're more detail-oriented, you're going to the flow. So people you are quietly doing stuff without compliance. And you're very empathetic, so you're taking care of others. You are putting others' needs as much as you put your needs. We're not saying that put only others' needs first. First of all, you are becoming expressive, so you already got what you're looking for. That's so critical. Take the mask first, not give to others. That oxygen mask in the flight, take it first. Take care of yourself, and then take care of others also by default, empathetic. And become a natural leader. So all of it is for what? All of it is to multiply our experience. When you are spending, let's say, 40% of your time in a work life, we got to take it into our hands to say how to make this best and beautiful so that every day we look forward to it. Thank God it's Friday, it's gone. Thank God it is another day, it is going to come. We can be very grateful, right? So many people don't even get up from the bed, you know it. How many people get up from the bed? If you look at the numbers, they're staggering. And so thank God it's another day, you're up from the bed. And so we look forward to going. And I clearly used to remember this Monday morning syndromes, difficult. No more Monday morning syndromes. Do you agree, Sonalji? No more Monday morning syndromes. I'm looking for that to go because it's beautiful to connect with people, yes, isn't it? Thank you very much, dear friends. We took some time. This emotional intelligence is touching a lot of areas that we do every day. It's important to understand the perspectives. And so as we are building awareness into us, and as we learn more and more, it's all about connecting with people. Any act that sort of makes us limited and go away from people, then we are out of the path. So we look to develop courage and then awareness to do those actions to bring people together. Thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow. We continue to discuss this topic. There is so much more in this. Thank you.
want to be? Come on and tell me. It can be anything, other possibilities. Focus, boost and release. Gratitude and go. Your 5-step technique to follow your wildest dreams. What you believe for yourself, you become. Manifesting has now begun. So who do you want to be? Come on and tell me. Come on and tell me. Tell me, tell me. Oh, you can be a better, you can be a better you. Life in your own hands, you can feel so brand new. You can be a better, you can be a better you. You can be a better, come and be a better.
5 minutes left. I do see a question that you answered beautifully, Sonal.
Thank you.
Yes, people are aggressive. There is this control drama. There is people who are intimidators, who carry always a poor me attitude. There are some who are interrogative, and then to counter the interrogative person, they have aloofness, evade. Control drama is another concept. You get that from the book Celestial Prophecy. Today, I think we have to read the Celestial Prophecy book. So, yes, there are some people who are very intimidative. They are talking at the top of their voice. Of course, some are negative. We're just pouring all the problems all the time. Or based on the judgment. So, what is the way to not lose our equilibrium? More meditation. What do we do? Because we have a meaning to that word that they put. Whatever they're saying aggressively, there's always coming because there is a meaning is there from the past. That's why we lose our equilibrium. The past events come into picture. Something you've done or they've done or something that's you're bringing it up. You thought that they're bringing it up in one way or the other. So we disengage from the past worries of it. With regular meditation, we disengage from the past. So it gives us the strength to maintain our equilibrium. You maintain a calmness. Of course, it is out of the other person's ignorance. Many things are going on for the other person. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are ignorance. Exactly what Sonalji said. Out of many reasons why they are behaving that way. We too were that way once upon a time. Let's look at that perspective. We slowly get better and better. And so we were like that before. If not now, and if you had natural ability to be calm, but you're not like that to the other person, be certain that you brought it from your past. You brought it from your past life. You perhaps moved away from that experience, and so you're here. So everything is tied to your past that we are here. So we have a special quality that others don't have. And so then we exhibit that quality so that they can get it. That should be our job. If I am calm, then I will exhibit that quality calmness. So then we allow them to pick it up from us. So regular meditation helps to move into calmness. And of course, the tactical mindfulness techniques in the moment help. Right? When somebody is aggressively speaking, then you have few choices, of course. If you are not able to stay there, calm, then you have a choice to, quietly, as she said, take in breaths, close your eyes, couple of minutes of breath, walk away from that place, walk out of the room, say something, and then come back in. Many things can be expressed. Okay, there are mindfulness techniques. But generally, long-term meditation will help you to stay calm automatically, because that becomes your inner nature. You don't have to do something at that moment specifically. It becomes your nature. We have to stop doing any external work. Instead, be there, wherever we are, be still, and then be like the nature is still, no matter what happens, right? We become that, for sure we become that. with the regular practice of meditation for a period of time. Yes. Correcting in an aggressive situation is going to not help, you know it. An aggressive situation, correcting, they're not in a mood to listen, so your words will go waste. And so, I mean, while there's no one solution for all, situation is different. Situation is different, but a lot of times arguments and heavy discussions are dissipated, but dissolved by potentially one solution is to stay calm in that situation, but bring back it at a later point of time. One solution, but it differs situation to situation. Tit for tat is not necessarily working. Yes. I would like to share one example from a workplace or anything that relates to what we're talking. Where now with meditation, you know that you know for sure that you overcame that. Of course, you can write also. Many things happen, right? The review time, the party time. You have to go to a place your friend invited, but spouse is not just getting ready, so the time is a problem. So how are you handling it all the time? All right. I think everybody had too much meditation last night. They drank too much of Kool-Aid, so then nobody wants to even say anything. Yeah. Yes, Rajna Patel.
Namaste, Chandra sir. So I just wanted to give one situation that I had today, right? I was working with my colleague, and we were working on a document. And because I know I've been doing all those things, so I have more knowledge on that. And he also had the knowledge, but we were doing the document, and it was kind of like, before I would have been like, oh my God, do it. Like, I'm explaining to you and you're not following or something like that, I would think. But now, like, today when I was working, I said, I was just calmer. And I said, okay, this is no, he'll understand the way he wants to understand. I was not putting my thoughts or my, what do you call it? That, okay, it's going to be my way, kind of, right? So usually I would say, oh no, do it this way, that way. So I said, no, you are going to be also working on this document. You'll be working on this process, the onboarding process. So you write what is easy for you. Before I wouldn't have. Before meditation, I would have been like, I would have taken it over and I would have done myself, even because it's going so slow. But with meditation, helps me look through, like, that empathetic, that, okay, he has his pace, like, and I need to go with his pace, not put my pace into, like, that, okay, you have to do it fast enough. So just wanted to share.
Awesome. Very, really, really wonderful. Yes. That one thing that is a very important aspect, that we go with the other space, right? We know it. We tend to do this very easily, at home, isn't it? A lot of times we tend to do this easily with the children because somewhere something kicks in and say, drop to their pace. Initially, we are getting frustrated, but a lot of parents are able to do it with children. They drop to their pace to understand, we change the way we speak to them, everything happens. We change the way we speak to them, we try to explain to them so that in a way they understand. But at a workplace, it's just a different expectation. Yes. Who else? Because we always take in our children means us. There's no separation between children and us, our relatives and us, but there is separation between somebody else and us. That's the thing. That's the separation has to drop. When they drop, then automatically we move and then see them genuinely, and then we identify them as, yes, they need help. No matter how senior they are, junior. I'm talking here, they have become our spiritual children. Yes, sir. Yes, Sonal is the next.
Yeah, I think it is. Sir, you want to, Balaji, sir, you want to unmute? Yeah, there we go.
Yes, just unmuting myself. Thank you. Good morning, Chandra sir. On the lighter side of things, before I ask a question, I must confess that these days I've become a Chandra addict, and so so I want to keep listening to you. I join in the morning, I join in the evening. I watch a lot of your videos. I just seem to be unable to get enough of you at the moment. So thank you very much for being there. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. You make me a better person, I think, every day. Thank you very much. So that's my 2 cents today. The question that I was wanting to ask, I think I've been wanting to ask, but I was a bit shy. But after all of these interventions, I seem to be in a position to gather courage to ask the question. It's something about what are the changes that seem to be coming when you keep doing meditation, right? So there could be physical changes, physiological changes, emotional changes. You've summarized a lot of them in a few classes, but I thought if you could just dwell on it a bit, it would be great, sir.
Oh my God, so you're asking me to talk about the whole course again. So here's what you need to do, I guess. Art and science of meditation. The art and science of meditation. It lists, I'm not exaggerating, it lists about 800 plus benefits of meditation. Please read. Please help me, just remind, I think, Sonal, so we need to bring that link.
The PDF.
Version is available, a PDF is available, and then Quantum Life University is okay to circulate the PDF, I believe, so we can do that. Okay, so circulate this book.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? I mean, it is holistic. It's spiritual science is the mother of all sciences, so you get everything. We are becoming a spiritual scientist means that we are dealing with the existence, and so then everything is there in it. So whatever you seek is coming. So there's no one thing and two things. Whatever you seek. That's why I love this simple answer from Patriji. One answer to every solution. I mean, one solution to every problem and an answer to every question. So what do you want me to say? You think and say, is it going to come? And then my answer is yes, yes, and yes. What do you want me to say? Anything, doesn't matter, anything. Is it going to moon?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, okay, it's going to the moon. I am asking you, is it possible for you to go to moon in this lifetime physically?
Why not, sir? Possibilities.
Possibilities are there. So you know it's about you putting you're empowered enough. And you will know that it is never about having those, I don't know, is it like what the price tag is, $100,000? I don't know what it is. It's not about having $100,000 for a 5-minute ride or something. It's not about that at all. Because you'll never know, somebody is going to identify this and then give you a free ticket. Many ways things happen if it's there deal. So there isn't anything that's not possible because we are operating as that intelligent field. That's the switch we are looking for to have. When we drop our body as a limitation, it's all in the mind. When you drop all of that, and when you let ourselves flow through in a given situation, become more spontaneous, so then you're automatically operating from the intelligence that is flowing through your one mind, the superconscious. So then you are experiencing everything. So healing can happen. Your business can grow. Your relationships get mended and fixed. We attract people. Everything is there. You start non-profits, you gain courage, you do it, you grow them. Right? You have this contentment. So there's no one dimension, Balaji Garu. There is this word is multi, we are a multi-dimensional being in this multiverse. Dimension is a frequency. Earth is one dimension with a frequency. Right. So physical frequency, one dimension, each of us have a frequency at which we are observed. And now with meditation, you're becoming this energy field. So then you are tuning into the infinite. That's called multidimensional world. So that's what it is. When you go into meditation, some people say, oh, God landed into some star. You know? If you read Barbara Marcinek, should read their books. There's a book called The Pleiadian Agenda. Amazing. Her books are about galactic world and stuff. Now, there are so many masters like that have written books and say, are all hallucinating? It's not. I mean, at different points of time, differently they experience the same. And with a rational mind, we understand and say in the billions of stars and galaxies, and so there's got to be life. If there's life on the planet Earth, there's got to be life. What makes us think that we are so unique? And so there's a life everywhere. If that understanding, if you at least let that science, let that understanding hold, and then explore, and suddenly we start being revealed of many things. So they write books about how the life is on the other side. We get a perspective. All innovation is happening from there. Our highest, what we think are the highest technology, highest things are already being absorbed when you travel in our dreams and meditations in your quiet time into other planetary places, and so take inspiration and then bring and becomes a new technology here. You want to know that? This is how it works. Read a book by Dr. Sunny Satin. You believe, or I believe, I think. It's an amazing book to read. Nice book. Talks about life on the other side and stuff. And so everything is there, Maharaji Garu. Simpler understanding is, I think, one thing we gave, the 5 quotients we explained. Physical, we have 5 bodies and all 5 things are given. Okay, physical quotient, intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, manifestation quotient, service quotient. Okay, yeah.
I think next we have Archana Garuji. You want to unmute me? There we go.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Let's all first give a big clap to this amazing master who is, if you see every Buddha Siva flyer, the designs and many things that you see, and if you like them, it's because of this master. She just creates beautiful stuff. Yes, please go ahead. Of course, she is very spiritual.
I thought I will keep the mystery of who I work for and how the work's gotten better after meditating. You just just got the mystery out.
I gave the mystery out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a skeptic. Like a year back, if you would tell me meditation somehow is going to make my work better, I wouldn't believe it at all. I would say, how would meditation really help me with my graphics, my flyers? How is it going to help? For almost like good 6 months, Chandra sir kept saying meditate, and I would say I can't meditate. I'm not going to do it. But it started with 15-20 minutes every day in the office, and we started seeing those small changes falling into place, where saying, okay, I'm going to do this better. Can we get some more times? Or like asking sir himself that, okay, this is not falling into place. Can we do something? Before, I don't think we would be able to do that because we would be under lot of pressure to like, okay, we have to finish, there's a deadline. But meditation somehow made us trust that work is going to fall in place. We didn't have to control that it has to happen this way. And all we had to do is go reach out to Chandra sir or anybody in the workspace saying, hey, this is not falling into place. Can you give me some more time? And it would just happen like that. And we used to push deadlines by 2-3 days. And I used to feel like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Like meditation, not when one person starts doing it, there's like this ripple effect with a lot of other people. Like you see difference with everybody else. But all of us somehow align when we are all meditating. And when sir said, would you like to share? I was like, yeah, like there are times where I have 4-5 different works to do. And I'm just sitting and asking, okay, what should I do first? And I just put it, and we know that's the flyer that has to go out. And I trust so much that, okay, this is what's going to happen. And even before we start working, I think I have this a little awareness, I think, thanks to meditation, that, okay, this is what the color requires, this is what it does. And sometimes it goes so much easily. There are times where it's not that easy. And like Chandra sir says, talking to people or expressing, I'm totally against sharing. Like I've been like participating in this program for some time, and every time I want to share, like in the office, sir says, why are you not sharing? And I'm like, I don't know. Today it felt like meditation really eases your work. It is not for anybody else. The peace it gives you, the satisfaction of good work you're doing, it's not about anybody else, but it's just for you. It helps us a lot. And even when you do it wrong, and they say no, there are a lot of flyers which goes out, and sir's like, no, this is not the one. There's no personal feelings in it. Like it's like, okay, we can change something, we can do this differently, or we can change it into something else. So we don't take like somebody's criticism in a personal way. And I would say it's all because of meditation. Like otherwise I would be very agitated, like how is my work not getting approved, and what is this? And I'm like, yeah, okay, like we'll do something differently. And there are 2-3 different times it goes to sir, and sir's like, okay, cool, this is and finally done. So meditation has helped me a lot. And especially these 40 days has been like tremendous. Like every day I get up at 5:30 and I'm like, there are times where I'm thinking half an hour of meditation or 40 minutes of meditation is not enough. And I'm so worried to say that to sir, because he'll say, go do for 3 hours. And I'm like, I can't do 3 hours, but I know I'm there. Like I would like to do for a little more, like longer.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're going to do 3 hours meditation.
I did last night. Yes,
Amazing. So thank you.
sir.
Great. This sharing will be useful to so many. Every work that we do is so important. As exactly you said, it's important for you. It's important for you because we feel good about what we've done. When we feel good about what we've done, absolutely there'll be takers for it. There'll always be somebody who is ready to take that. That's the nature of creation. We just have to feel good that I'm worthy, I'm putting stuff that out there that's going to be of, if it is used to you, they'll be used for sure to somebody. Thank you, Archana. Very nice.
I think next we have Chandranti. Chandraj. You can unmute yourself, Auntie. You can talk. Can you hear us, Chandranti? She's on, she's unmuted. I guess she's lost the connection or something.
Yes. Go to Ushaji.
Yeah, why don't we go to, she's also unmuted, yeah. Can you unmute, Ushaji?
Yeah, I can go?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. It was beautiful yesterday, today. Anyway, I was a little late for the session. In this concept and this line, I would just like to say, like, my experience in the workplace, like now I have been in the villages, and I always thought, like, with the educated people, we do understand each other, and then with the meditation changes, in the villages, these people can, my crafts people jump on me. This is not the way, ma'am, and I cannot do, and no more, I will not work for you. And this used to really give me a lot of stress. And I'm just 500 kilometers away from their place. So deep inside, I would always feel, I don't know what is going, and will they be doing, will they not be doing? And this kind of a stuff was a little heavy on me and then since meditation, few times that I'm going, and the way they shout and scream, and I say, come on, it's okay, let me think what you can do. Every time they don't want to do tough work, so I have to balance whom to give what. And then suddenly I said, okay, it's their expression. And, like even I express, I say, all the way from Bangalore, I'm coming, and this is the way you treat your madam. And then towards the end of the day, we all laugh, and everybody's saying, okay, we'll do whatever you say. So, like it's just not the class, it's not the education, it's just the way we reach to each other. And then, like from wherever, I don't know, from all other corners, everybody, someone pops up and says, okay, we will do it for me. When on the other hand, we feel, it's increasing, decreasing, tough and all, but the journey is beautiful. The minute you feel it is their expression, it's your expression, we need to come and express each other. It's so much more easier and beautiful. The flow is so much more faster. And thank you. It's all, yes, of course. We are very sure of what we are, what we words, what words we speak, as you said, balance and then weigh everything. Yes, every minute, even the stones reflect to us. Every part, the flowers smile at us. Yes, it's also beautiful. Thank you.
Some emotion does not deal with class. Only this intelligence deals with class. An IQ person can only be understood by another high IQ person. Cannot be other way otherwise. But emotional person, everybody understands. That's because that's life. Emotion is life. Patriji said this word once. Soul is, what is soul? It defines soul as a bundle of emotion. It's just going through experiences. So he always encourages, it's okay. Any expression is okay. Expression is okay. Any expression is okay. Express. It is a recovery of it. It is moving to the next moment of it is important. So that's what you're doing. People, let them express. You also express, laugh off, and then go to the next one. It happens. Thank you. Thank you, dear friends. We'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night. Have a great
Who do you want to be? Come on and tell me. It can be anything. Other possibilities. Focus, boost, and release. Gratitude and go. Your 5-step technique to follow your wildest dreams. What you believe for yourself, you become. Manifesting has now begun. So who do you want to be? Come on and tell me. Come on and tell me. Oh.